government again. And if we stand silent and think someone else is going to raise their hand and raise their voice, they won't. That's our job, to stand up and push back and show that support. So I want to thank you all for coming out today. Uh-oh. Yes?
Hi, John. I'm just wondering, what's the best way to do that? In Hudson, they have, which I'm from Hudson, big 40 people protesting, this big protest like you cannot imagine. You know what they wanted? They want to see his income tax return.
Yes.
What's the best way to fight this, Sean? To actually let them know we care.
So I think that if you look at this movement, think back, and we know this better probably than other parts of the country, think of what happened during the recall effort of Scott Walker. Think back to the Wisconsin Capitol in Madison, and the protests, and the signs, and the, all the energy that liberals had in our state. And I think they overplayed their hand in 2011, and I think they're overplaying their hand right now. Because I was there for the Women's March the day after the inauguration, and I was there with my 15-year-old son. He's a good son, and we were walking through the crowd, and I could say everyone was very respectful and very nice. Because I think I would point to Berkeley and other places where people aren't nice and they're violent. That was not the Women's March. Nice, friendly. People were having fun, but if you watch the media, you don't really recognize the signs that people were holding up. It was the things people were saying and the signs they were holding up, I thought were absolutely disgusting.
They were.
And the question becomes, what were they protesting? Donald Trump hadn't done anything yet. All he had done was save 1,000 jobs at Carrier, so 1,000 families didn't lose their job going into Christmas. That's all he had done. But again, this was part of their resist movement. They're angry at the president. They thought they were going to win. They're shocked that they lost, and they're trying to vent their anger. And that doesn't mean we don't listen to people. Democrats, liberals, progressives, I'm sorry, they have some good ideas. I'm willing to listen to them. But I'm sick of the protests and the violence that takes over our communities, and sometimes, not in our district, but town halls. Again, it's not about a conversation, it's about a shout down. And it's our job to stand up and come to places like this. You can write letters to the editor. You can call into the radio. You can engage in your community, at your coffee shop, and talk about what's actually going on, which might be different than what people are hearing in the news. Yeah. We're taking questions now. I don't know, I guess so, but I know, but I'll do one more, and then I'm going to have to. My kids have prom tonight, so I wanted to come and be part of this, but I'm going to have to saddle up the horses and ride back so I can see their grand march before that happens. I'll take your question.
Last question. I don't care about Trump's actions. I probably wouldn't understand them. The problem is that we have no tools to fight the media's half-truths. They tell a story, but they don't give us all.
Well,
How do we fight it?
Well, I think what President Trump has done on the media front has been pretty successful. He's the first guy that has been willing to push back on the media, and I think he's taught other people how to be able to push back as well. Because I don't think the media is putting out falsehoods. I don't believe that. But I believe they're skewing what they cover to present a certain view of President Trump. And I think the president is leading the way. He's not laying down. He's not taking this from the media when appropriate. He's pushing back on them. And I think a lot of Americans are looking at what they're getting in the news, and they're putting it into perspective. They go, am I getting the full story? And they're questioning whether the presentation is the full presentation. And I think that's a good thing for us to question what we're hearing from the media. I'm going to leave you with one last thought. I was in Racine a couple days ago when the president came to Snap-on.
Yes.
And I don't know if you guys heard what he said, but he was coming to sign an order for hire American and buy American.
Yes. Yeah.
But he also said I wanted to come back to Wisconsin because I want you all in Wisconsin who are so good to me to know that I haven't forgotten you. I'm still working for you, and policies that are going to help put you back to work with a better wage. And I think, as I looked at the thank you tour that he did, and that he came back and did these executive orders here, President Trump knows who sent him to the Oval Office. He knows where we work, he knows what we do, he knows the area that we come from, and he wants to make sure that we know that we are not forgotten. And that's heartening for me, that we have a guy in the White House who isn't looking out for just big business and inner city America, but we have a guy who's looking out for all of America and trying to put policies in place that'll lift our full economy. And so I'm proud to be on a team, working on reforms that are going to make our economy and our lives and our systems work better. But let's take this group and let's all expand it by 10 or 20 each of us and make sure we're all engaging to push back. Because if we remain silent, everyone thinks it's just the left, and that's what everyone in communities think and believe. But the truth is, that's not what people believe. There is a silent majority who goes to work every day that isn't about going to protests, but it's they're understanding what the president is doing. So thank you all for coming out. Thanks for all the support you have offered me and Ron Johnson and Governor Walker. But let's get out and let's continue to make America great again. God bless. Now I go to Congress. Thank you, guys.
Next up is Jim Miller, serving third term as 7th Congressional District Republican Party Chair, co-chair for the Republican Party of Wisconsin, Party Development Committee, RNC delegate in 2012, Tampa, and 2016 in Cleveland. Selected to be one of the 10 electors for Wisconsin in 2016, needed to decline due to the rules prohibiting federal employees serving in this role. Current outreach representative for Congressman Sean Duffy. Please help me welcome Jim Miller.